Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are continuing on our tow truck build. This will be episode number 6. Yeah, number 6, number 5, number 6, one of those. I'll figure it out when I upload it. I was thinking that we were going to be ready for lights. We're not quite ready for lights just yet. In the last video, we got the winches connected, and I was able to figure out how to get the... excuse me there. I figured out how to get the numbers from the winch, the length, so it doesn't show the fractions, or the fractions. So it doesn't show the decimals there. It just shows whole numbers. So we'll close that, and as you can see there, those are the winch lengths there. And then go in. Then go in, and then it just shows the whole numbers. It doesn't actually show the partial numbers. All right, so then what we need to do next is we're almost ready for lights, but there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to add the I don't know what you call this part, but it's the feet on the back of the tow truck, basically. So what we're gonna do, we just need a part here, and we can take that part and we'll scale it down. This will be pretty easy. This here. So in the back, come right here like this. And what this is going to do, we'll be able to anchor this. Yeah, let's see. For now, we'll bring this up to here. I guess it could sit like that and like this. And then what we'll do is we will weld that. Now somebody was asking me to make a regular semi-truck. I will make a regular semi-truck after, because what I want to do is I want to make another truck with a trailer, and we'll have the winches on the trailer, and then that way you can pull vehicles onto the trailer. So for that, I will just make a regular. They're pretty easy to make, the regular trucks, and that way when you connect to the trailer, you can have the air brakes line and then the electrical lines show up and that. So we'll go over that. I don't know if I'll take probably what I'll do is I'll just take a truck out of the toolbox, just a free model, and then we'll turn it into a regular vehicle. And then that way I can go over getting a chassis to work, getting the lights to work and all that. But I mean, they're pretty much the same as all of this. All right, so we have that. We're gonna duplicate it. And this can sit here, just like that. That should be all right. The crane part is a little off center. So, okay, and then let's make this red. Is it bright red? Is that what we're using? And then we'll make it metal. Okay, this one here, we'll say bright red, and we'll make that metal as well. Okay, and then now we need just to duplicate it. And we need to make this one slightly smaller. Just like that. And we can move that. We will duplicate that. It's welded together for now, so we can test it all out. Here, we're going to get rid of the weld constraint. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to add a prismatic. Basically, we're just turning it into an elevator, more or less. We can do that and that. And we can copy this. Take that. Paste it into there. Now this is, we'll make that can't collide false. This one can be collidable. And then let's just look at the constraint details here. So we're going to turn it into a motor, and we're going to say limits enabled. We want to have maximum force. Now it looks like 5 is going to be too much. So we could say 3, maybe 4. Maybe 3.5 might actually be enough. And then let's see if we can how this thing's gonna look. It's gonna extend here. It should just extend right out the back. Oh, it went the other way. Velocity minus 1. No, we don't want to do that. We want to say velocity 1 and maybe the lower limit. Maybe that's right. Let's try that. That didn't work either. What? Minus 3.5. Oh, that won't work. That won't work. Okay. Hold on, we just get this thing here. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So that just comes down like that, basically. Okay, I like that. I do. And then what we'll do is we'll take this, and we're going to move it out past the tires here. We could probably move it out to there. So we'll get rid of that one for now. Okay, and then on here, let's see, we'll take this. No, we'll take this part here. Let's duplicate that, and then get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. I'm going to turn the constraint details off for a moment while we're working on this. And this is just the foot. Now, I think the feet are a different color. I think they're actually green. It's just for visibility. So we could do something like this. We could weld that to there. And I mean, we could take this and we could duplicate it. And we can come to here like this. We can rotate that. And move this. Duplicate that. We can rotate that. Scale this. Ooh, it's tough. It's tough when they're the same color. It's tough. Basically, we just want it to be right there. All right, we'll do the same for this side here. Make it like that or something. It's just, I mean, it's just a foot. Why did I make that one shamrock? It's just a foot. Yeah, so that, and that, and that, and that. We'll group that together. And we're going to rename this, I don't know, foot thing? I don't even know what we want to call that. We call that foot. And then we'll put that inside miscellaneous. And this would be foot A. Because we're gonna be duplicating that, right? If we duplicate that and we move it here, and then this one here is foot B. And that's how we're gonna separate it with the code. Foot A and foot B. Now if we press play, see what happens here. Both feet should go down. Yeah, perfect. Just something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll have a button on here which anchors them. And then that way the vehicle won't move. So if you're pulling something that's particularly heavy, the tow truck won't move and it'll actually be able to pull the object, whatever it is that we want to pull. Yeah, so now what I want to do is I just want to get some mud flaps on here and just sort of doing the final part. And then what we'll do is, like I was saying, we were going to do lights and sounds. I want to add some trim on here as first, and then we'll look at modeling the lights and figuring out the sounds. I won't be able to do the sounds sort of while I'm recording because all the sounds I keep getting. I think I mentioned this a few times before. Every time I play the Roblox sounds on my YouTube videos, I get hit for copyright, which I think is funny. It's so funny. So either it's Roblox that will copyright the music and they'll say whatever, or it's the artist that has it that doesn't realize the music is being used in in Roblox, which I think is funny. So that's why I just haven't done that, because I think it's kind of stupid. So here, so we'll put this in to miscellaneous here, and I'm gonna move it. We'll get a second one here. Oh no, not yet. Okay, and then what we need is we need another block. Let's see here. We'll scale it down. I don't know, they're probably something like that, I think. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. They're a little bit wider. I don't really want it interfering with this. I know those feet are can't glide falls. So we could probably do this. We can make this can't glide falls, right? And then we can take that. We can actually probably move it a little bit closer to the wheel. Yeah, there we go. And we can scale this a little bit wider. Scale that a little bit wider. So that part can be can't glide falls. This can be can't glide falls. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that looks all right. So now what we need to do is we just need to take this and make a hinge, basically, between there and there. And that's it. Take that position. We'll take this one and we will move it to that position. And that's it. And then when it comes to the hinge itself, we can say limits enabled, and then that should just allow it to swing. It should just swing. Yeah, there it goes. See it swinging there? Unfortunately, it wants to rest. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Now this might need to be a little bit wider on the outside. Scale this way just a little bit. There we go. And then these are probably black. And then what we can do is we can insert a surface interface. So we can say insert object, surface GUI, and we're going to insert object, frame, and we need to make a. This part doesn't really matter, but let's see, 110. No, that's going to be 100. This should be 120. There we go, 118. And then in there we can insert object. So you can put like an image label. You can put a text label in there. Just make sure that the text label is the size. We'll say 117. And then maybe 60, 80, 100. And then I want the width is good. Yeah, that works. And then you can just say text scaled, and then we can just say, like, I don't know, Blue City. Oops. Blue City. Like that. Do you want the text to be scaled? Yeah, we probably want the text to be scaled. Text fits. Sure. And then, I mean, you can change the color of it. You can put a background on there if you want. Probably what I would do is I could change the color to blue, like this. And then we change the background transparency like that. And then the background transparency on the frame as well. And then that way you just see it over that. Or we could change the text color, maybe to yellow, just so it's visible. There we go. Ooh, that I like. That I like. Where? That's that, and that's that. So this can just go inside of here. Perfect. And then we just duplicate that. Okay. So now we got the mud flaps on there. I really like that. It's kind of like the little bit of touches, right? And then what we can do is we can take this. This here, we can copy that. You know, and we can paste that into here, maybe something like that. We can put it on the door of the truck. We can put it somewhere, anywhere else on there, but that's probably good for now. Let's see how that looks. Nice. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, so now let's deal with these. Let's deal with the feet here. So we need this. Oh, my microphone is in the way. Let's change this to, where's the actual, is it this one here? So this is going to be a lever. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but that's just what we're going to call it. So we have foot A and foot B. And we just need to, that's it. But now if we set it to, all right, enough of that, enough of thinking. Okay, then this is there. Now what we need to do is we need to take this, and we need to add the buttons here. So probably what I'll do is I'll make another frame. Let's insert object, another frame, and this frame here can be the feet frame. Now there's a like a drag. Like if we go insert object here, there's this it's like a drag detector that you can have inside here. So I don't know if we can actually drag these around on the screen. I'll try and figure that out and just see how that works exactly. Just so we can manually reposition these if we have to. I've never coded that, so I'll have to look, right? Okay, so we can turn that frame visible false. And then on the main screen, we need a button. Windscreen, we'll duplicate this. And instead of windscreen, this will be foot screen. And then let's rename this to foot. Now, there might be more. There's the two on the back. I was thinking about maybe adding a couple in the middle. I might do that later on. So, crane here, there's the background transparency. We can just change that to there for now. And then the windscreen, this will be the foot screen. This will be feet. Whoops, there's probably two E's in there. And then same thing, we'll just edit the local script. which is going to be dot winches, and this would be dot feet, dot foot, dot foot. Okay, that, and then this one I wanted to say as well. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Okay, now inside here we're going to insert object, text button. And this one is going to be foot down. We'll duplicate that as foot up, right? Okay, this one, feet down, and this one here, feet up. And then we'll have one more. Let's insert object. Let's get a list layout. There we go. Feet down, feet up, and then this one here is going to be anchor. This will be anchor feet. Anchor feet. Okay. And then of course they'll just be white for now. I'm going to change these colors, and we'll make them round and stuff like that. We'll probably make these black or something. Change the text and everything else. We'll go over that. I'll go over that after we do the lights and the sounds. That'll be the final thing, is cleaning up the UI, because that way when you click on the button, it's going to change the color of the button, and then when you release the button, it's going to change the color of the button again. So that way you know when you're clicking on it, it'll go yellow or something like that, right? Something. So there's all that. There's probably another hour there just in editing the UI and figuring that part out as well. So, okay, now what we need to do is here at the very bottom, we can say the feet screen. Yeah, there we go. And let's say local equals script parent dot foot. All right, and so we will say, is it just a feet? Let's change that to UI, just so I know. Feet UI dot, let's say, no, foot down. Dot mouse button 1 down, connect function. All right. And what do we want it to do? We want to say truck, fire server, and then we're going to say fire server, and we'll just say foot down. It's going to be the code for there, and then we need another one here for mouse button 1 up. And then we'll say foot down, stop. So hard to try and make videos some days. All right, and now in here we can say if is equal to, what's the variable that we want here? Foot down. Copy that. Then what do we need to do? We need to say script dot parent dot foot a dot lever dot prismatic constraint dot velocity equals 1. And we need to say script dot parent dot foot b dot lever dot prismatic constraint dot velocity equals 1. The other thing we need to do is we need to lock the feet. Here, so we'll take this truck functions. Oh, and then I also need, before I do that, we need a close button on here too. So let's do this real quick. Let's finish this. Anchor, and then let's duplicate this, and this will be close. Always want to have a close button. Close screen, and then we just insert a local script like that. Delta weight. 1. Then we say local button equals script dot parent. We say button dot mouse button 1 down, connect function. All right, what do we want it to do? We want to say script dot parent dot parent dot visible equals false, just like that. Really simple bit of code. And then that way this screen will close, and then we can open it here with the feet screen. All right, perfect. So that should work. That should work. We'll test that out. Put that back in there. Put that back in miscellaneous where it was. Okay, let's test to make sure the first button works. Whoops. There we go. Now let's see if it works. Yep, just like that. There we go. And then the feet come down. Okay, perfect. And then now we want to say feet down stop. If variable is equal to this, then take this to here. Now, what we need to do next is we need to add a weld. We need to add a weld to there. And same with this one here. We need to add a weld to there. Call that lock. Same with this one. We'll call that lock. And then in our master script, we need to say script.parent.fooTA.lock or .lever .lock .enabled equals false. Script .parent .footb.lever .lock .enabled equals false. Then we want to wait a split second. And then here we want to wait a couple seconds, and then this is going to be true. Perfect, just like that, just like that. And then now we want to do the same for the feet UI dot foot up dot mouse button 1 down, connect function. Yay! I hope you enjoy coding. I find this stuff kind of fun. It's good. So we want to say track fire server, and then we want to say foot up, and then we'll duplicate that, right? Except this would be mouse button 1 up, and then stop. Let's see. So we can duplicate this here. Except this could be foot up. And this can be foot up. And I'm wondering if I can just change the velocity to -1. Let's try. Let's just try that. Fire server. Yeah, I have a wireless keyboard, and you know when my computer is really processing, it doesn't like to recognize sometimes. that I'm typing. So that goes down, and that goes up. Oh, that's perfect. Just like that. Okay, perfect. And then now we need the anchor feet. So we could say feet UI dot anchor dot mouse button 1 down connect function. We can say truck fire server. Fire server. Anchor legs. Okay, and then we need a variable for that. If variable is equal to fire legs. So this is cool. So like if you were building like a train, let's say, I was thinking about this the other night. If you were making a train and you had your engine and you connected all your rail cars, you could have an interface, even a screen interface for the rail cars where you can turn the lights on, you can open and close the doors, you can open and close the windows, you can do all that way. You know, this is really so useful doing things this way. Coffee's going cold. Okay, so if variable anchor legs, then right, I guess we would need to tell it to unanchor the legs as well. We would probably have 2 buttons on that, anchor and then unanchor. Unless you want to make it a dual function. It's hard to do it in the dual function when you have all those other functions, because sometimes the whole script will pause waiting for that one function. So in this case, where is it? Defeat, and then anchor. Here, we'll duplicate that. Anchor feet, and then this could be unanchor. Unanchor, and then this will be unanchor feet. Now you can't get in the vehicle when the vehicle is anchored. That's an A chassis thing. I'm not going to change that. That's just what it does. So if you anchor the vehicle and then you get in it, you're not going to be able to drive. It'll actually give you an error. So all you have to do is unanchor it, and away you go. So probably what I would do at this point in time, let's see. First, let's just do anchor legs, and then we'll say feet UI dot unanchor dot mouse button 1 down connect function. All right, and then we want to say truck fire server. Unanchor legs. All right. So then we can say if anchor legs, then, and basically we'll just say we just want we just need the lever, right? Dot lever dot anchored equals true. That's all we need to do. Or if we don't want that, we could even pick another. We could even pick another part on the vehicle to anchor. We could have like this anchor. Let's say, where are we here? We could take this part, because it's connected to the main body, it's not connected to a constraint. Let's see here, let's see. Anchor part, we could just do that. So we can say script.parent .anchor part .anchored equals true. It really is that simple. And then we could say if variable is equal to unanchor legs, then take this, put it in there, false. Simple as that. Simple as that. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, when you click on anchor feet, so maybe this button here isn't visible, for example. Maybe this button here isn't visible. Visible is false. And then when you click on anchor feet, right, then we can say feet UI dot unanchor dot visible equals true. And then we can say here, we can say feet UI dot unanchor dot visible equals false. When you click on it to unanchor the legs, it disappears. And then when you click on it to anchor, and then we can say feet UI dot anchor dot visible equals false, and we can do the opposite here, right? And then that way it just kind of doesn't confuse the player. Dot anchor dot visible equals true. There we go. We can just test that out. It's inviting me again. I gotta tell him I keep recording here. All right, so then we can do this, right? So then if we anchor feet, oh, is it because this is not in the vehicle? I should tell him I'm making a video. It's funny. He really wants me to play that. I'll play some games today. I'll spend some Robux. Why not? Why not? All right. So now we're there. All right. Reverse. That's just the lights. We'll go over that in the next one. So we'll say anchor feet and then unanchor feet. There we go. Do you see how that is? Neat. And then that way the player doesn't get confused and it's perfect. So that's just another thing that you can do when you're working with the interfaces. Feet down, there we go, like that. Okay, and then we can anchor the feet. Now the vehicle's anchored, it's not gonna go anywhere. So if I connect this to here, and we start winch screen, so feet screen we can close. And then the winch screen, is it A in? Yeah, see now we're going in. Now you'll see, it's gonna take a moment here for the rope to tighten. But we're not gonna be able to move the truck, and it might actually start pulling this other truck, which has its brakes on. It's not anchored, but the brakes are on, so it shouldn't, you know, that's just the A chassis. We click on this. I think I'm gonna change the speed on the winch, just so it's a bit faster. So those are other things that we can do in the winch screen. We can add a text label in here, which has a number value, and that can interact with the winch speed, which can allow the player to change the winch speed and all that sort of stuff, right? To really, what's going on here? Oh, there it goes. Huh? Tow truck. Miscellaneous. Tow bed. Crane. Winch A. 124. Huh. It's getting smaller, but as you can see there, it's not updating anymore on the back of the truck. Interesting. I wonder if that's because it's anchored. Interesting little issue. Yeah, that's Roblox. Like I say, sometimes that happens. Whatever. I always put a disclaimer in the games just to say, look, you know what? I made it, and if it's full of bugs, that's probably why. So, you know, we can only do our best, right? As programmers, we can only do our best. Sometimes it doesn't want to work the way we want it to. That's life. Just got to roll with it and figure it out. Okay, so now it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. There you go. See, now we're pulling it against its will, and we're anchored. Oh, this is so cool. Right? And then we can do something like that. Boom, there we go. So then if we turn the winch screen off and we turn the feet screen and then we say unanchor feet, there, did you see the truck moved? Move again, put the feet up, feet screen, and a close interface, get back in the truck. There we go. Oh, it won't roll because the other truck isn't turned on. This truck has to be turned on. There we go. Now it's not turning because this rope is really tight. It's not giving us the ability to turn. So we can stop the truck and we can say, we can bring that out a little bit. And then, now this doesn't weld anymore. This is just kind of it's just there. It's just there. There we go. It's just there. Just kind of like for show, for show. There we go. Yeah, I might add another one on there just so we can kind of hold the front wheels sort of in place, you know. Yeah, I like that so much. I really do. So I think that's going to do it for this one. What are we at? For another 45 minutes. That is going to do it. So in the next video, we will go over the lights. Now, in the toolbox here, I just looked up the light bar. And there's this pack here, a light bar pack. So this is the one we'll probably see. There's two of them here. There's probably a whole bunch of people who tried to put their name to, but they're all the same. And then look, it comes with all these different light bars and these bumper add-ons. Yeah, could even put a cage in there if we want to, right? So it's something like that. It's so hard to model these things, and now that they're already modeled, we'll try and choose, right? And then we have these neat controls. So you can see in the garbage truck, I put a control box here, which just has two buttons for this. So in here, what we'll do is we'll add a control box here. We'll choose one of these ones that looks cool. I don't know, either to keep maybe something like this, right? And we'll just put it inside. Maybe I'll also, there's a CB radio there. We can put that in there too. We'll just pick some of these accessories and we'll add it to the truck. And then we need to pick a light bar that we're going to add onto the back. Now, I know these are all emergency light bars. I do like some of the accessories in there. So we can go back to the toolbox. Let's say we don't like that. I was even looking at this one here. This one's kind of nice. It's got some scripts to it, which we can edit. Yeah, something like that looks really cool. I thought maybe we just need to scale it up a little bit here so it can fit. Okay, it doesn't want to. And make it, obviously, it's not going to be red. We'll have to make it orange. For this, pretty well, we can just do that there, and then just scale it up. Could do something like that. You know, there's all kinds of things that at this point in time, there's all kinds of things we can look at. I might even look at the individual light bars as well. But I do want it to salvage some, a few, yeah, see, like the old one that we have is like this one here on the fire truck. So I think that's pretty cool. And I think it'll work if we change the color of it just to something. I know they got these ones too, the little rotating lights, which is something we'll need to add onto the side here. The rotating lights, the spots. And then there's going to be some lights on the sides too. So basically what I need to do now is I just want to figure out how I want to complete that part of it, because there are some brake lights that are going to need to be modeled onto here and a few other things. So that's basically, it's going to be another full video. This will pretty much conclude, I mean, that's it, really. The tow truck is almost ready to go. It just, now we're finally ready for lights and sounds. And then, like I say, when we do sounds, I'll have to do that on my own because I don't want to get I don't want to get hit for copyright. But that's it. We are pretty much ready to go. So then it's got the light bar here, the rotating lights, and I'm sure that's what the script is. Oh, I see they have a weld script for each one. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain. So these are their right. They say I created this script, but you know what? You go through there and there's a whole bunch. Look at this, all this. Look at all this code they put on here for this. It's just supposed to be a weld script. Let's see. Property. This is not new. Bottom top. Right. So what it does is it creates the surfaces, and then it creates the hinges and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, for me, that's a little bit too much. There's an easier way. There's an easier way to actually make this work. The lights are already here. We can make them rotate. So we'll, like I say, we'll see what's going on with that. But that'll be the final part. Choosing a light bar. We might actually even use this one here. This one's nice and plain. What's that one there? This one here is nice and plain. This one might actually work. Yeah, this will work, actually. That's cool. Something like that. And like that. Neat. Yeah, see, it's a little off center. So I'll have to go through and make sure that it's centered. Yeah, and then I might even duplicate the smokestack, put one on the other side there, and that kind of stuff, basically. And then as for this, I wonder if we could scale it just a little bit more. Just a little bit, so it's just a bit nice, and yeah, there we go. And I don't know if I'll put the lane, probably don't need to have the lane control on here, but we are going to need lights on the front, like strobes on the front, maybe a couple strobes on the side. And then I want to get more of these orange lights, obviously down the side. You know how some of those tow trucks are. They're just full of lights, and I think that's really cool. And then what we'll do is we'll have to make another panel in our interface just for the strobe lights and all that sort of stuff. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and following along. I'm enjoying it. You know, leave the comments if you want me to do other builds as well. Someone wants me to build a regular truck, so that's going to be coming up. I also am going to be doing a bus as well. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.